Well, 6 out of every 100 people will have PTSD at some point in their lives. At least that's according to the National Center of PTSD. And there's many ways to cause it. Could also impact anyone of all ages. So joining us now is the director of HCA HealthOne Crisis Assessment Team, Raelyn Pearson. Raelyn, thank you so much for joining us on this. We appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, of course. All right, so let's start off with this. How can someone get diagnosed with PTSD?
Yeah, so your best route of diagnosis is going to a behavioral health professional. They will do a comprehensive assessment with you to help determine what is happening.
All right, let's talk about some of the misconceptions, because I think a lot of people maybe associate PTSD for maybe people who are in the military, who have seen traumatic events, first responders. But what are some of the misconceptions when it comes to PTSD?
Yeah, I think some of the misconceptions are that it is strictly for military or first responder individuals. Anybody at any age, for any instance, can have a PTSD diagnosis or symptoms. I think one of the other common misconceptions is that the flashbacks that we talk about with PTSD are visual only. What we see in the mental health field is that it is your body re-experiencing that experience. So your body is saying, hey, I'm there, even if you're not physically there.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be necessarily like a major traumatic thing, but it is traumatizing to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. What are some resources that people could use for perhaps a first step? I mean, you're experiencing PTSD, you may not know what to do, but what's the first thing that you should do?
Yeah, so I would definitely look at the community resources for behavioral health providers. HCA is one of those behavioral health providers, and being able to just call. Most of those resources have 24/7 capability to just have a conversation and get in the door somewhere.
Yeah, and what could be done to break down the stigma when it comes to PTSD? I mean, a lot of people be like, oh, you have PTSD, they may look at you differently or whatever, but really you should break that stigma.
Right. I think breaking the stigma comes from education and exposure. Just having conversations with people in your day-to-day life and realizing that it is not something to be scared of. It's not something that is bad. It is just something that's saying, hey, our body experienced something really, really scary, and I'm trying to manage this.
Is PTSD something typically that is connected to you directly, or can it be something that maybe you see something traumatic? You're not exactly there at that moment, but is it something that you still can be connected to?
Absolutely. Yeah. So there are different levels of traumatic experiences. And some of those is just observing something that happened or something that happened to someone else. And then your body saying, I don't feel safe going into that situation anymore.
And then the last question here, we only have a few seconds left, but in terms of treatment, I mean, what is the best way to treat PTSD? Is it a combination of counseling and perhaps medication, or what is it?
Yeah, I think the best route for any mental health concern is medication and therapy, and specifically for PTSD, exposure therapy.
Yeah. Well, Raelyn, this is very helpful. We appreciate it. And thank you for being here.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Of course. And you can watch all of our interviews on our website at cbscolorado.com. We'll be right back.